Oh, you seen that topic?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
send them all the topics.
Oh,
All right, and we can go live on Instagram. All right, let me get my 30-second countdown, and we'll get right to you guys. All right, let's get this shit. Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Mikey T, and you're now tuned into a special episode, man, of the Blitz. This is the NFC East matchup, the link up episode, man. You know, man, my man Marquise, you know, we big Eagles fans, so we got to talk to all the NFC East teams this week. So we still waiting on the Cowboys and the Redskins representatives to come in there, be here shortly. But we do got my man Tricky Trey on the line representing the New York Giants. What's up, my boy?
what's good, bro? Nothing much. I'm just trying to get on here and defend my boys because we gonna be all right the rest of the year.
Yeah, I love the energy, man. So listen, the way we like to do it, I'm gonna pass it off to my man Marquise. You know, he gives us the rundown on the games of the week and what's going on with the trending topics. So I'm gonna pass it off to my boy. What's up, bro? What's how you feeling?
man, I'm feeling good today, man. So we had a lot of things occur this week, and one thing I want to occur because this team was came out as being a Super Bowl favorite in a lot of people picks, not just like regular guys like us, people on TV from ESPN, FS1, the Bengals. We're talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. We had them very rated very high. They sit at 1-4. The offense seems to get it going. The defense can't find a way to stop nobody. I mean, to me personally, I didn't think the defense hasn't. The only game the defense showed any life, honestly, was against Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder what's the. I still have them going to the playoffs. I have them winning 9 to 10 games, but it's not looking good for them. Honestly, it's not looking good for them this year. I mean, you got Joe Burrow offensively. I mean, he's thrown for 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. They lose to New England, which New England hasn't won another game. They played Seattle tough, and we were like, oh, at the 2 games, we think New England's bad, but then New England fell off a cliff, and then we just seen the Seattle lost to the Giants. Uh, so then they go to Kansas City, lose by 1 possession. They go to Washington, lose by 1 possession. I mean, Jaden Daniels had an MVP game. Like he just went up and down the field and pretty much won his Rookie of the Year trophy against the Bengals for that performance when he drops that dime all the way down the field to Terry McLaurin on the right side of the field. Then they finally get a win against Carolina. But to be honest, to me, the level of team that Carolina is, the win was not dominant enough, in my personal opinion, in that Cincinnati versus Carolina. And then in Baltimore, I mean, to be honest, they gave the game away. It's like each in all their losses, they're finding ways to lose games and not win games. At some point, they have to turn it around, or they're going to be at the top of the draft next year. What is your thought process? Because, like I said, I see Cincinnati as a 9 to 11 win team this year because the back half of the schedule is not as difficult as y'all say. What has you been your opinion, Trey?
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't really expect them to start as bad as they did. um, I feel like they should have won that Commanders game, but you know, Jaden Daniels showed up. Um, I feel like they was in the game with oh my god, am I thinking Kansas City right now?
Yeah, they was in the game.
They was in that game.
So Kansas City was 25-26. They lost
Okay.
25-26.
That's the one where they got the pass interference. Okay. I
Yes.
feel like they was in both of those games, and they are like really so close to being a 3-2 team or 2-3 team, however you want to look at it.
Well, look, no. How about this? They're that close to be a 5-0 team.
I mean
Right.
that too.
They lost every game, so they lost to New England 16-10, Kansas City 25-26, Washington 33-38. Jaden Daniels had that big play at the end of the game, and then the Ravens they lost 41-38
In overtime after
in
Lamar
overtime.
fumbled.
Kicker missed the field goal.
Yeah, after the kicker makes the field goal. So I feel
Yeah.
like this is. I mean, I still got a little faith in the Cincinnati. Now their wiggle room and their line of, I guess, messing up because they play in such a tough conference is very thin. So you don't have a lot of games to give away, and especially in your conference and in your division. So I still do think they could go on a little run. I mean,
So hear this out. Look what their schedule is. So they have the Giants Sunday Night Football. To be honest, I'm gonna give Giants some kudos. Daniel Jones is playing good, and the defense looks really good. So I'm not gonna say it's a give me game, but regardless, like
They have to win.
Yes, Cincy has to win. Then they go to the Browns, which the Browns look like the worst team in the NFL.
facts.
The Eagles. We haven't looked so great, and with them being in 1 point possession games, it's like, and we can't stop the pass. So
Damn sure gonna give Jamar Chase 200 fucking yards.
That's
I
what I'm saying.
promise you that.
Then they go play the Raiders. Then they got Baltimore again, which is always a tough game. That's a go either way. Then they got the Chargers, which I think is very winnable. Pittsburgh, very winnable. Dallas,
Very winnable, if you ask me.
But
It depends on what Dallas week. This is December.
Yeah, and listen, this is the thing about Dallas right here, right? Dallas is very good at stopping pass-happy teams. What they can't do is stop the run. Cincinnati is not a dominant run team.
That's true.
So they play into Dallas' strength. Then you got Tennessee, win. Cleveland, win. But this game right here is where I find, because I see maybe possibly 2 losses coming, and then this is where I find it, Denver. Denver is a potential loss. The way they've been playing football and the defense plays.
The defense is lights out.
And they can run the football. And I see them sweeping the Steelers this year. I'm not too impressed with the Steelers. I don't care who plays quarterback, Russell Wilson or Justin Field. But all in all, they have a chance to run the table.
I think there's certain games on there that they do have a chance to run the table, but they defense can't stop anybody that can. If you run the football against Cincinnati, you have a good chance of beating Cincinnati because their offense is special. Their defense can't stop nobody.
Yo, they're almost identically built like the Eagles. Like they have this powerhouse offense, but their defense is so suspect.
But this is the thing. This is their first year of their defense showing to be suspect. It's the first year. Cincinnati defense is usually the better part of their team. They have one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. I don't know. His name's Lou something D.
Almaralls or something like that.
Yeah. So defense is usually not their problem. This is a very first for them. And they're playing a lot of cover 2 shells, so they're trying to stop the big play and keep everything in front of them. I think some adjustments will come. It's coming.
You could go from being a historically bad defense to a decent defense, but I don't see them this season.
But to be honest with you, the way they're playing offensively and got it geared up, they don't have to be a great defense. They have to be an average defense.
Yeah, they got to. I need to see some of them. I need to see some of them adjustments that's going to make them.
I mean, you think about it. Baltimore game, they get 1 stop in the second half, they win.
Period.
They don't even go to overtime. They didn't stop Lamar 1 time in the second half.
Then after they go 3 and out and miss a field goal, the very first play they let Derrick Henry go for 60 yards. He only ran for 30 yards the whole game. He ran for 60.
No. Yeah, when they went 3 and out, that's overtime. I'm talking about before we get to overtime. They get 1 stop in the second half. They win the game.
Oh yeah, definitely. They couldn't stop. And it comes in. I feel like watching Cincinnati over this year, it comes in spurts. When they're bad, like it'd be like 1 blown coverage, 1 miscommunication type of thing going on with them.
So But to move on to the next topic, we had a coach fired this week early in the season. Robert Saleh got fired, and I'm not going to say he was a great coach. Shitty if how he got fired. I think it was premature. For one, they still were in the thick of things because we don't know what Buffalo is. Whoever wins the game this weekend, like basically this season is you got to beat one team. You got to beat out Buffalo because New England's not competing for this division and Miami's not. Without Tua, they don't have a chance. So it's you and Buffalo. Buffalo looks very vulnerable. To me personally, you go week 1, Arizona almost beats them. Then you come back and they get blown out by the Ravens, dominated, and then Houston didn't score 3 points in the second half, and they still lost. Josh Allen was horrendous. Josh Allen probably played the worst game since his rookie season, like this year. Like that stuff was so bad. I think he had like a 37% completion percentage this week. Like it was terrible. I think he completed
like 9
6.
to 30.
Yeah, it was like 6 to 9 passes he completed. Like it was terrible. But let's get back on track to the Jets. Robert Saleh is the defensive coordinator. I know you're going to say he's the head coach. The defense wasn't the problem. The defense was a problem 1 week, and that was against Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers, which he was the DC for. Why wouldn't Kyle Shanahan know? He worked for him. Why wouldn't he know his weak points, how to get over on him? That's the only time the defense looked bad this year, personally to me. The defense was together. Aaron Rodgers wasn't winning games this year. He gave the Denver Broncos game away. Yeah, the kicker should have made the kick, but come on, Aaron. Then you throw 3 picks against Minnesota. Like, that's unacceptable. It's very unacceptable. And I think this is more of an indictment on Aaron Rodgers. I think he's the first ballot Hall of Famer to get a coach fired in his first year. And I mean mid-season. Name me a Hall of Fame quarterback that got his coach fired mid-season.
None. The first. That's a referendum on his legacy.
Yeah, not even mid-season. You got him fired after 4 games.
Yeah, they're not even halfway through.
I don't think they liked each other in the first place, though. I don't think Aaron Rodgers really liked Rob Saleh.
But he does.
This is
he came there for
fired.
what's the
Hackett.
Yeah, he came there for Hackett. He didn't really come there for Saleh.
But here's the thing.
Hackett just lost play calling duties.
Yeah.
Right. I think Woody Johnson, the Jets owner, is in a panic because he has a Super Bowl caliber roster that hasn't been performing up to par. But at the end of the day, I believe that like you said, y'all are in the thick of things. You win Monday. You go into Monday and you maybe you make a decision after Monday if y'all don't beat the Bills. But I think you especially give him a chance to get the division lead in a very subpar division. Y'all can get it going. Aaron Rodgers is the type of quarterback I've seen a lot of years start out slow when he doesn't participate in pre-season mini OT mandatory mini camps and stuff like that.
But that's my point. Robert Saleh has coddled you this whole time. He didn't make you show up to mandatory mini camp. He didn't make you show up and play in a preseason game. These are all demands that you made that he basically had to get online with.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the owner has some parts to that too, though.
Yeah, so you can't blame Robert Saleh. You're the one that didn't come out here to help yourself get back up to speed, put good energy into the team. When Tom Brady first went to Tampa Bay, he was at mandatory minicamps.
It was
the year. Tom Brady is a way better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. I'm not even, first of all, talent-wise, Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. I'm not sold on the leader and this great, as far as team quarterback, I guess you could say, that is Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he's only been in the Super Bowl 1 time.
But Aaron Rodgers is the best thrower of the football that I've seen in my lifetime.
No, he's not. I'm about to say, until you've seen Patrick. And I don't know if he's that much better at a thrower than Peyton.
No. He's better at thrower than Peyton. I got a guy for y'all. I know y'all are not even thinking of Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is definitely up there, but
Matthew Stafford has turned guys that we probably would never heard of into like in Pro Bowlers.
you want to know what the
I
Let's
mean,
go to one. Y'all
the
signed one. The guy, what was his name? Kenny Galladay came to the Giants. He ain't in the league no more. Remember, he was a 1,000-yard receiver with Matthew Stafford.
right, and we got him after he was broken pieces and broke up.
Puka Nakua is the most productive rookie ever.
You're right, but I have one knock on Matthew Stafford that makes me not think of him, even though what you're
hey yo,
saying is
hold on one
true.
second. So I got my Redskins representative. So shout out to my man Dennis, man. Welcome.
Yeah, we hold on, let me grab my hat. We
What's up,
taking command
man?
out here. We just taking command out this bitch.
Yeah, talk your shit.
All right, but we all agree that
Oh, shit. Keep
that was
shocking
a
me.
definitely unnecessary firing in Robert Saleh. I think it was prematurely too early, and it's indictment on Aaron Rodgers because I'm gonna say it again. I don't remember John Elway getting somebody fired after 4 games. I don't remember
Hmm.
Peyton doing it. I don't remember Tom Brady doing it. I don't
Nope.
remember Joe Montana, Steve Young. We can think about any great quarterback that because that's the list that Aaron Rodgers is associated with. If you want to go down to Big Ben, if you want to go to Eli Manning,
But
these are the guys that they're going to be associated. Aaron Rodgers is associated with Drew Brees. None of these guys got their coach fired, and like it could be one of these guys got fired in week 15, week 17, maybe once, but
I mean,
nobody got fired before week 6.
you gotta look at it this way though, bro. Salah's not an offensive guy; he's a defensive guy. Yeah, he shouldn't have got fired. He held the defense down. He didn't hold the offense, and that's where that was the relationship that he needed to mend, like in order to keep his job. Sometimes it's not about how good he was a coach. Sometimes it's about relationships.
So
And
this is the other thing that's not being. I feel you. I feel you on that part, but this is the thing. He took play calling duties away from Nathaniel Hackett, and as soon as he did that, they cut him. Another thing, do y'all know Woody Johnson's? I don't know if he has a lot of business or family. I forgot, but I went over in London.
yeah, he
They just
does.
played in London and got embarrassed, and he got embarrassed. That's the thing. He wore the I forgot exactly the what he wore on his right arm
He told
for
Aaron
living
Rodgers
on.
last week it was a must win. It was
Ambassador.
that's what Salah did. He wore something for in support of it was Lebanon, I think Israel, and Woody Johnson got association with the opposite side. So that was a
Yeah, so Woody Johnson has association with Israel.
right,
mm,
and he wore the
So
Lebanon sleeve.
yeah, and nobody's talking about that stuff. So you know what I'm saying? They're two probably more important things. Woody Johnson got embarrassed in London.
Right, and he
I
told
just thought it
Aaron
was
Rodgers the week before.
I just thought it was prematurely. Like they're going into this game with a bunch of chaos. But
facts.
I'm gonna go to the next topic. Dennis, you still on?
Yes, sir.
Oh, the Commanders for real.
Hell yeah. What you talking about? We for real.
Y'all the best team in the NFC East.
Yeah, we clearly.
Uh,
Jalen Hurts is a running back. Dak Prescott, he only got one weapon, CD Lamb. And the Giants, they're the Giants. So Jaden Daniels, that dude, he's been that guy for a little bit. His first 5 games. Now he's about
Is
to
he
go with Lamar.
is he the MVP?
I'm not gonna say he's the MVP, but I say he's in top 5.
I, I,
Lamar.
I, like,
I'm a
I like
Commanders fan. I'm also a Lamar fan. That
yeah,
that
I
picked up
respect it.
and threw the touchdown. You don't really
Yeah,
see things like that.
yeah, I respect your opinion, but this year, with Jay Daniels at the helm, he's thrown for 1,100 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 300 rush yards, or 4 TDs. The offense is 13th in passing, second in rushing, first in points. Y'all defense led by Dan Quinn, which y'all were kind of a mess last year, Sacks, y'all are 10th. Y'all ball skills as far as interceptions, y'all are 30 if y'all at the bottom of the league for that. But forced fumbles, y'all are the number 8 team in the league. I think that's great improvements from last year, all considering.
Yeah, I think with all those improvements, you can clearly see that we're here to stay, especially on the offensive side. The defensive side, I expect that to continue to improve. I mean, that's why we brought Dan here, and I believe that if you're a specialist on that side of the ball in your head, you'll be able to do more with less. So, I'm hoping by mid-season, we're at least like a mid-tier defense.
I mean, just think about it. Y'all lost. How much more happy would you have been if you still had Chase Young or what's the guy name from the Bears?
What?
Huh?
Montez,
yeah. You'd have been a lot more happy with Dan Quinn as the coach and still had one of those guys.
I'm gonna be honest with you though; those guys they weren't hustlers. So
Montez is hustling in Chicago though. Maybe
Montez,
it was the culture.
Chicago, but he can't play the run.
Okay.
Yeah,
Same thing with Chase.
Yeah, they can't. And when you got a defense, like you got to be either able to play the run or play the pass. And right now we can't play the pass. No, right now we're a terrible run defense, but we can play the pass like somewhat, even though with our terrible DBs. So yeah, I'd rather have some guys who can be solid instead of just guys who make splash plays every once in a while. And Chase really hasn't produced since he left.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Chase Young definitely hasn't barely done anything. He looked at so wet in San Francisco, but it's okay. Everybody's gonna look somewhat decent when you're around all that talent.
Who does he even play for now?
New Orleans.
See, I didn't even know where the hell he was at.
But if y'all having trouble with the run, man, I would say, man, that's not ideal things, and you got to play Baltimore.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, Baltimore has the worst pass defense, and Jaden gonna have fun.
I think that's over. I think that's over. What's the word that I want to use? That is over, yeah, because Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, they had a crazy game. Then you have Patrick Mahomes that they played against. And one thing, I don't care what nobody says, I've been trying to tell people, they killed the Ravens for losing to the Raiders. And one had nothing to do with the Raiders. Lamar has lost to Gardner Minshew 2 years in a row at this point. And they couldn't stop Devontae Adams, to be honest. They couldn't stop Devontae Adams and Max Crosby were the sole reason the Raiders beat the Ravens. And Bateman, that ball going off Bateman's hand. That helped, but.
Look, Marlon Humphrey is a fraud. And if that
he's not. No, he's not.
If that man is on Terry McLaurin and on any deep route, Jaden gonna sling it to him, and it's gonna be a.
I'm gonna be honest, just to be. I don't think y'all got the perimeter weapons to expose Baltimore defense. To be honest with you, y'all don't have a Jamal. Y'all don't. Terry McLaurin's a very good receiver, but he's not an AJ Brown. It's those type of guys, the AJ Browns, the CD Lambs, potentially, maybe, Jamar Chase, Jefferson. Those are the guys that expose them.
I watch. Hey, I'm trying to see Sunday. Just watch.
Malik Neighbors later in the season.
I mean, I'm big on Malik.
Malik Neighbors is balling though. I gotta give you that.
They was coming at me because I believe we're one season removed that he's going to be in that conversation at the top of the league.
He's leading receptions and he missed the game.
Yeah, I know.
He's in that envelope right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, but you got to remember, AJ only played one game this year.
Yeah, AJ only played one game, but with the struggles that Hurts got going on, I don't know. But
say that conversation for the next topic, David.
So I want to catch New York. Do you feel like Washington's the best team in the division?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean,
I'm talking to Trey.
Currently, right now, I don't think that we should have lost to them at all. For real. Like they didn't beat us outright on the field. We had to play better. The coach just gave the fucking game away. But not
to us because of organizational failure. The day before the kicker got hurt, and y'all came into the game with no kicker.
That's what I'm saying. That's on Dable because our kicker was on the injury report the whole week leading into the game. They asked him after the game, why didn't you sign a backup kicker? The nigga's like, oh, I didn't want to carry 2 kickers. Well, if your kicker's hurt, wouldn't it behoove you to have a backup plan? So I feel like we were the better team on the field that day. They kicked 6 fucking field goals, never got into the end zone, and won a ball game that we had a better game because we didn't have a kicker.
So where would you rank Washington in the division?
Number 1.
I think even though they 4-1, I mean, I would rank them probably second behind the Eagles. I think even with the Eagles' struggles, they're Saquon Barkley catch away from being 3-1.
The who?
The Eagles.
The Eagles.
They're a Saquon Barkley catch away from being 3-1.
I respect your opinion, but
listen, we already in this conversation at this point. So we in the NFC matchup time.
Hold on. I got one more topic I want to go before we get there, and it's NFC related. Where do you think? Where do you have Washington at?
In the grand scheme of the NFC?
Talking to Tree.
What?
Where do you think they rank at in the NFC East?
In the basement, nigga. The fuck is you talking about?
It's 4 teams. It's 4 teams. So you got them. So you have them as the fourth. You have them as the 4th team in the division.
They are the best team in the NFC East right now, currently.
Okay. I agree with that as well. And I'm an Eagles fan. I agree with Washington is playing the best football right now. I'm gonna move to my next thing. Brian Daboll is coaching his ass off, and I think he's been doing it since he's been in New York when he's had a healthy team. The offense, y'all have finally built the offensive line in New York. The defensive line looks crazy. Dexter Lawrence looks like he's going to be in running for Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Best nose tackle in football.
No, he's not. He's not better than Chris Jones. Stop it.
Whatever.
Yeah. My question to everybody here.
Not better than Chris Jones.
Yeah, he's not. Is Daniel Jones fixed? He's thrown for 1,100 yards this year, 6 touchdowns, 3 picks, 108 yards rushing. They have the 12th best passing offense in the league with the 22nd best rushing offense, the 25th in points. And we got to take it at a grain of salt. Minnesota blew y'all out week 1. Bad. Defense is number 1 in sacks, 20th in interceptions, 16th in fumbles, and y'all the number 10. Y'all the number 10 team in kicking.
Hell no to that question. Is Daniel Jones fixed? Dable, like you said, Dable, while he does do some questionable things like not signing a goddamn kicker, he is coaching the hell out of that off. He is coaching the hell out of the offense. We could finally block, but you got to think about some things. We would have beat the Cowboys if Daniel Jones could throw a fucking deep ball, bro. He underthrows. His completion percentage be high, but the throws that he missed are the difference in football games, bro. You know, football games come down to a maximum of 1 to 3, maybe 4 plays. And those 3 or 4 plays that are there, he's leaving out there on the field. I don't know how many. We haven't even thrown Jalen Hyatt the ball because he's a deep ball guy that Daniel Jones can't get him the ball. It took him to last week to really start getting Slayton the ball, who's a down the field receiver, because he's always throwing it short down the field. I know y'all see this with Jalen Hurts. A couple of times he misses throws that are there because he underthrows them. That's Daniel Jones' problem. He can't throw a deep ball to save his life.
Yeah, but it's crazy because coming out the draft, that was never his skill set. He was just mobile.
Right. I don't think to me, he's not worth $40 million. He's really, to me, not even a starting level quarterback. Feel like we have everything we need to compete besides that guy at quarterback. Like, even if we had let's say a guy 10 to 15, like a 10th to 15th best quarterback in the league, I think we'd be ready to go. The rest of the roster is decent enough that we could go compete week in and week out. But if you don't got the guy at quarterback, it's hard.
I mean, I think y'all farther away than that. I think y'all need more talent on the perimeter. Yeah, y'all got neighbors, but y'all have. I mean, them other guys are like average at best. You have maybe this young guy that's breaking onto the scene as far as the last 2 weeks. I mean, he's like above average, maybe average.
The slot. You talking about Wandale Robinson?
I'm talking about your running back, and then I'm talking about your perimeter weapons outside of neighbors. They're
Wandale
okay
Robinson
guys.
would if we had a solid number 2 receiver,
That's what
Wandale
I just
Robinson
said.
would be a good slot. We have a number 1. We have a slot. We
That's
got.
what I'm. But I said perimeter.
Oh
Perimeter
yeah,
is
you're
on the
right. Okay,
outside.
you're right. You're right. All right, you're right. We do need a number 2 receiver. We definitely do.
I still think
Definitely.
y'all. My personal opinion. I believe. I know you believe high in them. I think y'all the worst team in the division.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to disagree with you right now. But
But that was a big win y'all had Sunday. I was very y'all. I mean, y'all won a big game on Sunday, so that kudos to y'all, the New
I
York
think we could.
Giants.
I think we could change opinions by getting us a win this weekend against a desperate team. You
Okay.
see, I mean, I really don't think. I'm not really impressed with, like, going back to the beginning of the conversation. I'm really not impressed with Cincinnati. Like I said, they can't stop anybody. Our offense is playing decent, and Jamar Chase not going to go for 200 yards on us. Too much pressure on the quarterback.
That's what I like to hear.
You
Well,
just said we leading the league in sacks. Too much pressure on the quarterback.
yeah, I don't disagree. Well, let's go. I'm gonna pass it back off to Mikey T. We're gonna move into this NFC East discussion.
I mean, you already started it. I mean,
I started with my
that's why I
top and
said
best.
move it to the second half, but whatever. So the way we was supposed to do it is we going to start with the bottom of the division, and everybody was going to go around. And it's how y'all feel about the first. Well, we in 5 weeks now. How y'all feel about the first 5 weeks of y'all season, and how y'all feel? What y'all think y'all going to finish at the end of the season? So Cowboys not here yet, and the bottom of the division right now is the New York Giants. So New York Giants, man, how you feel about y'all first 4 games, and how do you think the Giants are going to have to the rest of the season?
I feel like last week was a big win. I feel like our offenses ain't gonna do nothing but get better throughout the season. Our defense is definitely a top third defense. Um, but through the first 5 weeks, I feel like we're 0-2 in the division. We're 0-2 in the division. That's gonna be the difference in the rest of the season. Is the fact that you can't start 0-2 in the division. And only game we won in an NFC game we won so far is against Seattle. The other win is an AFC win, so that doesn't count worth shit. So I really feel like down the stretch, we got the toughest schedule, I think, in the whole division left. So I see us finishing about
Let me see what y'all
7
got
and
over
10,
here.
7 and 10, 8 and 9. I think we got Cincinnati, Philly. Then we got the
Cincinnati,
Carolina,
Philly. So you
Washington.
got Steelers, Commanders, the Panthers, the Buccaneers, the Cowboys, the Saints, the Ravens, the Falcons, the Colts, then the Eagles to end the season.
Yeah, so I see us really ending the season where we've got 11 games left. I see us going 5-6, 6-5 down the stretch. That's going to be good. That's going to be good enough for us to miss any top pick next season in the draft and just miss the playoffs. That's what I think we're going to do.
All right, so let me ask the panel, how y'all feel about the Giants this season, man?
I'm impressed with their defense as a collective. They got a nice young talent in Malik. Stupid of them letting Saquon go, especially with this offensive line. I mean, I think this team would have probably been like they probably would be a wild card team if Saquon was still on their roster. But
Definitely.
they gave them to us. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all very much. I think y'all the fourth best team.
How the fuck?
That too.
Texas.
We'll probably we'll probably definitely end up coming in last, bro. We're 0-2 in the division already and below 500 with the thick of our season coming up.
I mean, to be honest, it would behoove y'all to tank so y'all can get that quarterback that y'all so desperately need.
Who you talking about?
Yo, facts.
Ewers?
Facts.
I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. Like y'all keep going 7-10, 8-8. Like you're not gonna get that guy drafting 10, 8 through 10. Y'all need to like be shitty.
I
Yeah, I
know.
said that.
That's why I know we're gonna win 7-8 games,
I
bro.
know,
said that.
I know the perfect person that would fit in New York, man. With that
Who?
somewhat offensive line y'all got, man, and can handle the
Who?
media because he used to it.
Who?
Mr. Shador Sanders.
Nah, but
Shador.
Hell no.
was his dad already said he not going to play in no cold place. I don't know how he gonna manage that, but his pop said he not getting drafted nowhere cold.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it makes sense. He's a little guy, doesn't have a big arm. It's hard for guys with not big arms. Playing in cold weather is not a good thing for them. Like, think about it. Like Baker Mayfield, like he was solid in Cleveland, but actually he's been really good in Tampa Bay.
Baker been a baller
I
wherever
ain't gonna
he
lie.
went.
Baker was balling last year with the Rams.
With the Rams.
Yeah,
Where's
Baker been
that
balling
at?
everywhere he went.
That's hot. That's hot. Baker
You know what's crazy? Baker got
Baker-
replaced by Perv.
Huh?
Baker lost his job to a Perv.
Definitely did.
Facts.
Oh, Deshaun Watson.
Hey, yo, first of all,
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson ain't been the same since he started getting them fucking massages.
Baker Mayfield lost his job in Carolina as well.
Nah, I mean, but Carolina's a shit show. Nobody balls out in Carolina.
Andy Dalton.
I'm not
Andy Dalton played good every 1 out of 3 games, and everybody.
It's a reason Cleveland went and traded for another quarterback over Baker Mayfield when he was in Cleveland.
I mean, they had a lot of issues
for the first time.
No, because Cleveland looked like they had a ceiling with Baker Mayfield, and they were trying to pop through the ceiling. That's all it was.
And then they got Odell and tried to force feed Odell the whole fucking time.
But hold on, Cleveland 1 year almost beat the Chiefs in the divisional round when they had Baker.
They lost, and guess what? Kansas City backup quarterback came in the game and finished the game and won the game. Mahomes got knocked out that game.
Fact.
That's true.
I'm trying to tell you, man. This just shows in history. Don't ever go get a guy who's on a sexual charge.
You can't say that, Big Ben.
Nah, Big Ben was.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, he did.
Fact.
He did it twice.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did it twice.
He was out there with
Hold on. I ain't trying to sound crazy. Big Ben was proud about who he is. You know, so he was that man was confident in himself. Deshaun has lost all confidence.
I got another one. I got a Hall of Famer for you, Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning was freaky.
In college, Tennessee, he got an SA charge.
With that
forehead?
I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that.
It got swept under the rug. Yeah, I take it back old school, you guys.
Now I got research that one.
He got in trouble coming into the draft. He got in trouble, but he's the Manning family, just like Big Ben stuff. If Big Ben did the stuff that he did back then in today's time, his stuff would have blew up to a whole nother level. But it was before Me Too.
Nigga, this is today's time, nigga. They will go back and get you, nigga.
But hold up. Kobe.
He got paid off.
Kobe went to practice and was at court.
Hold on.
Yeah,
what's that girl name that Diddy hit? Cassie got paid off, and guess what? She's still telling.
No, but this different. It's different.
That's sex. That was sex trafficking.
I'm gonna say that Diddy is a whole.
This is bigger than Diddy. This
is bigger than Diddy.
He went to go try to fight the man. So let's call it for what it is, and they putting him back in his place. That's all it's about. They don't care about what Diddy did at his freak offs.
So who we got? So we just went at the Giants. So third to last in the division is the Eagles because we didn't play a game. So the Cowboys is one game ahead of us. So baby, when we take this, or you going to take it?
Go ahead.
All right. So as far as the Eagles season, man, I just feel like it could have went so much better, but I'm not really mad at the 2-2 start, man. I tell you this: if we lose to the Browns, hell was burning in Philly. We ready to burn shit, fire everybody. Jalen gotta go. I don't know, like I ain't gonna lie to you, Philly fans. We don't take loss well, but I still think we got a chance in this shit. I mean, it's still early in the season. I mean, we definitely got a chance. We hurt it because a lot of our players got hurt early in the season. But I mean, we got our bye week, so a lot of these guys coming back. I don't know how I feel about the organization right now because you got rid of a Devin White and you brung him in for nothing. Devin White is a Pro Bowl fucking linebacker. And last week, last time we played, N'Kobe Dean, our starting linebacker, missed 5 tackles. We missed 20 tackles as a whole team. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess they're trying to bring new faces in here. I hear a lot about Darius Slay getting traded and all this stuff. As far as our season go, though, I'm going to say the Eagles still in this. I still got faith. So, I'm going to still say we going 12-5 at the worst.
I mean, that's big for me. The Devin White thing is like, how bad could Devin White been in practice or been in the locker room? Because the Kobe Dean has had one good game this year. That was week 1 against the Packers. And
Devin
you cut
White,
him.
another nigga with a sex.
He can't even see. He can't even see the field.
He probably
Like,
not
this guy
good
ain't got a
for. He
pedigree.
not good for the defensive scheme.
Man, he need to be fired. That defensive scheme sucks. That's worse than what we had last year.
I mean, this ain't nothing but a carbon copy of the shit. They just got Vic Fangio because John Gannon, the defensive coordinator when we went to the Super Bowl, was just nothing but a carbon copy of Vic Fangio. He copied Vic Fangio's scheme. The last guy who was here, he was a Vic Fangio protege, so he was adopted Vic Fangio's scheme. So I guess they brung him here because thinking he was going to perfect it. You brung Bryce Huff here, who hasn't had one single stat in 4 fucking games. Not one stat, my nigga.
Then we could have kept Hassan Reddick.
Not
you
even
get rid of
not even
Hassan
assist?
Reddick, bro.
Not
Reddick
even
ain't played it down.
He don't got an assist.
Hassan Reddick
He don't
ain't
got,
played it
bro.
down.
That nigga for the season, he has 1 pressure.
And
He don't got
he
a
on the
sack.
field.
He don't got an assist tackle. He don't got a solo tackle. He don't have 1 stat for the year.
And he get paid bread.
He's getting paid like not 60 million a year, but he got paid like 60 million on his contract or something like that.
I thought it was
That's
on 35.
nasty.
You
I
want to
thought
know?
he got 60.
Y'all want to know what
2 years for 35 million.
Y'all want to know what the
3
Eagles'
years.
problem is? The Eagles' problem is y'all have the stupidest coach in the fucking division. Like, he goes with analytics over what's good for the team. He doesn't like.
I guess I can see that. I can see what you're saying.
I watched that game against the Saints.
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm not mad when you want to go back to the Saints. I'm not killing Nick for that because this team just came out and we all thought more highly of the Cowboys. They put 40 up in back-to-back weeks. So in Nick's fairness, and our defense wasn't that great against Green Bay. It played good, but it showed it wasn't. I mean, no, it was Atlanta. Atlanta just split our shit open at the end of the game. This team scored 40 in back-to-back weeks. In my opinion, he felt like this is what he had to do. He had to be aggressive. The same thing when Baltimore goes into Kansas City. They don't give a fuck where they at. They going for it on 4th down.
But bro,
it could be 4th and 20. They're going for it. I'm being funny,
but listen, I'm talking about situational football though. Think about this: there's 14 seconds left in the half. You have 1 timeout. You have the ball on your 15. You turned the ball over 3 times.
I understand. I'm just saying he was being aggressive, bro. I understand it. He was trying to be aggressive. It didn't backfire. If it had worked, we'd have called him a genius. I'm not killing him for that. But
if it had worked, you should have kicked the field goal in the first place. What are you doing with 10 seconds and no timeout from the 12-yard line? You're throwing one pass toward the end zone, and then you're going to kick the field goal anyway.
Listen, like I said, this team looked
That's
unstoppable.
a fact. I can't argue that.
This team has looked unstoppable. In the second half, I didn't understand what he was doing. But in the first half, I'm just saying it like this. He was trying to put 7 on the board. I'm not killing him for it. But what I will kill him for is the way this team is breaking down. Like, for you to get beat by Tampa Bay twice, embarrassed like this, that's what becomes alarming to me. Like, you have a problem. This guy has your number. Like, he's not just beating you. They're slapping us all around the field. They're not just beating us; they're dismantling us, make us look like we don't belong in the NFL. Todd Bowles is out here talking about Jalen Hurts can't read the coverage.
He can't.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I've been saying this. I don't listen till he
I almost
starts
can't argue.
producing. I don't fuck with Jalen Hurts. He is the problem to me because I don't give a fuck what you got going on coaching.
He's not the problem.
When you
He's not
got
the problem.
all listen to me. When you got all this motherfucking talent out here, and if Daniel Jones can win games with Saquon Barkley, that Jalen Hurts, you better be able to win games with him.
That's a fact. And we're both. I think we're both talking about one half of the problem. I said Sirianni, y'all say Hurts. I think the fact that they're not on the same page is. I don't even think they're really on the same page of what they want to do out there.
Well, no, Sirianni needs to be gone at this point. Tampa Bay was the icing on the cake for me. It wasn't the Saints game. All I was just saying is Sirianni. I'm not mad what happened in the Saints game. He made some calls. They went the wrong way. Cool. Finally, Danny. But
we won the Saints game. We lost the Atlanta game.
Yeah, ain't not even no. I know that. That's why I said the Saints game is not what's tearing me. Like I have no problem with what he was doing. He was trying to be aggressive and get on top of them and get in the lead. I don't have a problem with him in the Atlanta game. My problem comes Tampa Bay solely. Jalen Hurts has been my problem the whole season. Nick, but at the Tampa Bay, you let this go on back-to-back times, and this is not something you ain't have our guys dialed in and ready to go.
Brother, the thing about it is Todd Bowles is a hell of a coach. Todd Bowles, Nick Sirianni. That's like BurgerFi and McDonald's.
I don't dispute that, but we have the better roster. You're incapable of doing this job, and Jalen Hurts, you're incapable of leading this team as a quarterback. Y'all both y'all both need to go. I'm there, bro.
I'm not there.
Y'all tied to Hurts, though.
I'm not there.
Y'all tied to Hurts.
We definitely tied to Hurts for at least 2 more years.
Hey, yo, listen. Let me just say this: ain't no team the way the cap work now. Ain't nobody tied to nobody. Somebody be dumb.
Well, I mean, teams don't. After they cut, who the fuck did they cut for 6? They had like Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz. All them niggas had like hella crazy cap hit.
At this point, I don't give a fuck who you get us. Just get Jalen out the building. We'll take Kirk Cousins.
Nah, that boy Kirk. No, he's an actual quarterback. Kirk is an actual QB.
Okay,
Kirk Cousins won't lose the ball.
All right, so now we're not about to do this. Kirk Cousins, yes, great quarterback, but at the wrong moments, at the moments that he needs to be a great quarterback, he fumbles.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Jalen Hurts is not. Jalen Hurts is by far. He will make a mistake during the game, but when you need him to fucking win a game, he can win the game. He's proven that time and time again.
I'm gonna say this.
Kirk has too.
I'm gonna say this. Kirk Cousins has never in his life played with a roster like this.
True.
Never. Mm-hmm. Not even close.
Who do you have out there in Minnesota? He had Diggs.
No, he had Stephon Diggs. I'm talking about when they went to the NFC Championship game.
Dalvin Cook.
Listen,
every year these niggas. First of all, the problem with Kirk Cousins' teams was never the offense. It was always the defense. If you want to keep it really a buck, or he would throw an interception at the wrong fucking moment.
And the offensive lines wasn't that great. Our offensive line is good.
Well, that's because Kirk Cousins is not a running. He's a stationary quarterback. And nowadays, because of these fucking 5 running defensive ends, it's hard to be a stationary quarterback in today's NFL.
I mean, I hear you. I respect what you're saying, but I'm sorry. There's enough. It's enough tools out here on our team for Jalen to get the job done. And I'm sorry.
There definitely is.
Not when the defense missed 20 tackles.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I think Dallas is gonna run over us.
Dallas can't run the ball though.
Dallas can't run the ball. Y'all could actually beat Dallas.
First of all, we're gonna split with Dallas like we do every year.
Listen. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I need to see us play Cleveland. I am so mentally defeated.
Yeah, this Cleveland game is very important for me as a fan. This Cleveland game is
What
gonna
is the way
tell
you
me
got that
everything
shit?
as
Hold
a
on.
fan.
So what if y'all barely beat Cleveland? I mean, what if y'all get the dub, but y'all barely beat?
I'm gonna come in here and say Jalen needs to be cut. That's what I'm gonna say.
Because
Wow.
y'all
That's if he
should dog
plays
walk
bad
them.
though.
But he said if we barely beat Cleveland, I'm gonna come in here
I
and
think we're
say
gonna to be honest with both of the boys back, Devontae and fucking
you know I'm
AJ
gonna say
Brown.
this. If you're a betting man,
We're
if you're a
scoring
bet
over 30 points.
if you're a gambling man, you should put your money on Cleveland this week. The team with the highest betting rights, like odds, with spread wise each week, has won so far this year. Guess who has the highest odds to win this week?
Cleveland.
The
No,
Eagles.
Eagles.
Oh, Eagles.
And we're,
Damn.
we're minus 540. Straight
Damn.
up money line.
I mean,
They're
Deshaun's out there playing, but you got to think about it.
they're
Deshaun's pretty much playing for his job out there. This
they're
week.
Nah, they might bench him. They might bench him this game.
That's what I'm
where
saying.
the real value might be.
That's all right. So if they don't bench him now and they go out there and play bad against the Eagles, or if he doesn't get the opportunity to play versus the Eagles, then
As an
benching
Eagles
Deshaun
fan,
might
they
give him a
getting
spark.
dog walk. They
They-
getting
No,
dog walk.
if they bench Deshaun, they really might beat y'all. That's what I'm saying.
Man, listen,
that's true.
guess what's really gonna happen? He not getting no massages, so he ain't doing shit. That's what he not doing.
No, he's on trial for another one, bro.
Man, he's a
He's
diddler.
not on trial. He's on a civil. They got a civil.
But now he got it. He got rid of it outside of court. You know, they settled that shit.
But that makes sense with what you're saying, because honestly, their defense is still good. They got Denzel Ward. They got.
I mean, their defense is still good.
Yeah, their quarterback just can't complete a pass.
And Myles Garrett is probably going to go off this week.
Think about it. Like, I'm gonna make an example. Last week, you know who had the highest odds to win last week?
I want to say I gotta look at the games last week because I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was the 49ers. They lost.
Bro,
I mean, to be honest, the 49ers is trash without Christian McCaffrey. Man,
I've lost so much money betting them.
They are a regular team without Christian McCaffrey.
Regular smegular.
Yeah.
You know what?
To me, they the Rams without Christian McCaffrey.
I'd rather take Brock Purdy. Let's trade for Matthew Stafford. How about that?
They're a regular group of niggas.
Jalen need to get out the building. I tell you that. They need to run him out of Philly.
All right, we ain't gonna stay on the Eagles though, but since the Cowboys not here, we're gonna skip the Cowboys because we don't even really want to talk about them in the first place. But we're gonna go straight to the leaders of the division, man. I gotta give him a bomb, man. So I'm gonna let my man Dennis, the representative of the Commanders, take command on this, man. Talk your shit, man.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I came into the season nervous as hell. You know, I ain't say nothing. All I said was, I think Jaden nice. My guy, I watched that Bengals game. Them two passes he threw to the corner of the end zone to Terry, bro. I was like, all right, we got the real deal. It's been a minute since we've had a quarterback in DC who can make those 2 to 3 plays a game that can win you the game. And in the NFL, you need a quarterback who can change the game for you. So I'm just really appreciative that I finally can watch something like that on my team. The defense was kind of pissing me off to start the year, but it's getting a little better. I really don't expect much. But like I said, I hope we get to like a mid defensive level by the end of the year. Players I'm really surprised about. What's his name? Austin Eckler. He got so much left in the tank. Chargers should have never let him go. That left tackle we got. What's his name? We got a rookie left tackle. I'm forgetting his name right now.
Hold on, let me pull up Commanders.
Y'all blocking it up out there for Jay, you know.
And we got one of the best offensive lines in the league right now. Brian Robinson's eating behind that line.
Is it Brandon Coleman?
Yeah, Brandon Coleman. I mean, and one little sneaky, you know, I like to bet, so I'm gonna give y'all one little bet in total. Like, take Brian Robinson's over on the rushing yards. I think he's gonna get his rushing yards in the touchdown against the Ravens.
Which is over?
I hope so, because I got him on my fantasy.
Which is over?
I'm about to look at it right now.
I tell you, if it's over 50, he ain't getting it.
I was about to say, I bet it's like 55.
Nah, he
He
getting
ain't
it.
getting that.
He get.
He ain't getting that.
Yo, Brian Robinson been balling all year. Y'all think y'all bugging?
But they're
Bro,
gonna split carries with Eckler.
I would say that Terry McLaurin would get his over, or Austin Eckler get his over in receiving yards before Brian Robinson get his over in rushing yards.
Word.
The Ravens don't have a problem stopping the run.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
but
playing the Ravens this
is
week. Oh my god, I forgot.
nah, this is a different type of run offense. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This ain't a regular smuggler type run
I'm
offense.
gonna tell you like this: Brocon gonna try to snap Jaden in half.
Hey yo, this the real test for Jaden, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Like all them other
This is what I
games is
told somebody
cool,
over
but
there.
this the real
Yeah.
test.
Yeah, we're to see about the
This
Commanders.
is the difference because I think y'all a playoff team. With regardless of how this game goes, I think y'all a playoff
Definitely.
team. What tells me this week, do I have to be scared for when y'all play us? And are y'all
Yeah.
championship? Listen, this is my opinion. Do I need to be scared when we play y'all? Do we got a chance to beat y'all? And are y'all a championship level team? Because if y'all beat the Ravens, I'm gonna say y'all a championship level team. I'm willing to jump out there and say y'all better than the Vikings. Y'all beat the Ravens.
Y'all want to hear something crazy about
That's a fact. I'll give y'all that.
You want to hear something crazy about the division? In 19 years in running, nobody has won back-to-back division titles.
We already knew Dallas wasn't doing that.
I was just about to say that eliminates the
First of all, I
Cowboys.
said Dallas was gonna crash and burn and shit.
That eliminates the Cowboys.
I said
the
Giants was gonna be trash, and I said the Commanders, because they got a rookie quarterback. If he's nice, they probably win the division.
So that only leaves the Eagles or the Commanders to win the division, because we're not gonna win enough games, and we already lost to everybody besides the Eagles.
That's the only team right now, because they got a rookie quarterback. It's really not no tape on him. But I ain't gonna lie to you, it's gonna take that middle of the year, like that 12 after like 12 games, for us to really know who Jaden Daniels is. Now he's on a historic run right now.
I think we're gonna find out a lot this week.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna find out a lot this week. If he shows up and just even if they lose, it's about how he looks in the loss. If he looks shaken up from the moment,
I think he ready for the bright lights though. I truly think Washington got the best quarterback that they could have got. I think Caleb Williams works the best with the Bears because he's getting better every week. I think the Bears did take the right guy. Washington just happened to have the right guy follow him.
How much do you think the new owner makes a difference?
Huge. It's huge.
No, I think more so they got an adult in the room at the helm of the head coach. I think Dan Quinn is a really good coach. I mean, Dallas has fell apart crazy since Dan's been out the building. So, I just think they got a really good coach. They went and got the right. I think, like I've told somebody, Cliff is an offense coordinator, not a head coach yet, because he needs somebody to tell him it's time to run the ball. He likes to throw the ball too much, and if y'all pay attention, he's mixing it up. Like, he's giving the running backs the ball. When he was out there in Arizona, he was trying to throw the ball 40 times a game. So I think Cliff has learned from his mistakes. That's the only thing I hate for y'all, Dennis, to be honest. I hate that it's a potential that Cliff, y'all might be on a 1-year rental with Cliff.
Oh yeah, he's definitely getting a job next year, maybe.
We stole. I know y'all don't like him. What's that? What's y'all quarterbacks coach?
Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson.
Yeah, I think he's going to be our offensive coordinator next year if Cliff leaves.
And they're gonna say the same thing. Dallas say to us, Kellen Moore, and we're gonna say Brian Johnson.
Yeah, we fired him. Y'all didn't steal him from us. We
got him out of here so fast.
Y'all fired him for
Brian Johnson's nice.
Looking bad.
Y'all gonna see.
Now y'all want to get Jalen out of there. Y'all got him out of there last year. Y'all put Jalen's blame on him, and now it's all on Jalen for turning the ball over 20 times in like one whole year.
Since last season, I think Jalen Hurts has turned over the ball a total of like 23 to somewhere between like 23 to 26 times since
Come on.
the start of last year.
You know that adjective that they try to put on Lamar Jackson.
What?
You know who the adjective belongs to. It really belongs to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a running back, not a quarterback. They try to say Lamar Jackson is not a running back. He's not a quarterback. He's a running back.
I can't
It's
say
really
that,
Jalen.
bro. I can't
It's
say
really
that.
Jalen.
They just
Can't say
scared
that.
of Lamar to run, so they label him a
Jalen
running back.
Jalen Hurts is a wildcat quarterback. That's what he is.
First of all,
He got
Jalen
big
Hurts is
movement.
not that fast. Lamar
And
Jackson is literally probably could be a wide receiver because he's literally fast as fuck.
and Jalen Hurts, if you lined him, I think he's way too soft to be a running back. And
What? Hold up.
Nah,
Watch your mouth.
yeah, you're
Yeah, we're
bugging
not
right
about
now.
to do that. Jalen Hurts runs people over. What are you talking about?
but
That's
he's
why
not
he
the type
got
of
hurt in the
nigga.
first place. He ain't
Saquon
slow.
Barkley.
Ain't nothing. Hold up. Time
Yeah, I
out.
ain't gonna lie.
Time out.
He
I ain't going for
benches
that.
like yeah. I'm about to say you
Jalen
bugging on
Hurts
that.
is an elite
Soft
running
about
back.
Jalen Hurts.
There's a lot of
Ain't nothing
quarterbacks.
soft. Listen. Jalen Hurts is one of the toughest
Let me go to
quarterbacks in the
Instagram.
NFL. Fuck weight, fuck strength. I'm talking about mentally, physically, the way he imposed himself. He's one of the toughest quarterbacks in the league. His problem is trying to always throw people open. That's his problem because he's trying to go to the next level as a player. He's actually very accurate, but the problem is he keeps trying to throw people open, and he's throwing picks by doing that. He's trying to throw the spots because he's trying to go to the next level. That's Jalen Hurts' problem. Jalen Hurts was fine when he was throwing to a spot.
Well, what I meant by
That's
saying
no. That's the development problem with Jalen Hurts. Straight right there. It's him keep trying to, like he did it a few weeks ago. Who he was playing, and he threw it down the middle, and Devontae Smith got banged off the route. It happened against Atlanta, and it happened against somebody down the middle. Was that New Orleans?
No, that was the last game versus Tampa. No, not Tampa because he won there. That was New Orleans.
New
That was New
Orleans
Orleans.
against Atlanta. 2 of his turnovers came from him he threw the ball before the receiver even broke the route. Because he's used to playing with AJ Brown. With AJ Brown, nobody's taking him off his route. So when this is number one guy and he's going for a money play, he know he can throw it here and AJ's coming to get the ball. That's his only problem.
But the wide receiver also needs to learn, nigga, if I can't get the ball, I have to turn into a defensive back.
I mean, he also has to remember Devontae Smith's 180 pounds.
I mean, true. That's what got his ass concussion. So,
that's just the end of it.
Baby, we reached that hour mark. So we need to get into the third shit of the day. Get into the power rankings.
This is the part that when we get into our power rankings and stuff, you guys can either get feedback and say who list you agree with.
So they got. Oh my god.
You about to turn this into a 3-hour show.
They got their own power rankings list. If they got it, if they don't, they go.
All right. So starting off power rankings for the league. Honorable mentions was the San Francisco 49ers, the Denver Broncos, New Orleans, and Tampa Bay. All these
I got a dip, y'all.
Yeah, do your thing, brother.
All right, thank you for having me on.
Man, appreciate you.
So at number 10, we have the Buffalo Bills.
You got Buffalo. Hold on, one second. You got Buffalo at 10.
Buffalo at 10 is
the
crazy.
Buffalo Bills at 10.
Let me change up the landscape real quick.
They had the Buffalo Bills are at 10 because they have yet to have a quality win. They got destroyed by the Baltimore Ravens, and Josh Allen has put up such a horrible game. I don't think at no point in time, other than Tom Brady, when Tom Brady had that game against the Chiefs a long time ago, I don't think and I think this game was worse than that game that Tom Brady played. But this is so bad. That game was bad, bro. 30 times, you threw the ball 30 times and 9 completions.
How good is his wide receivers, though?
So I got a question. For you.
What?
You don't think Green Bay's a better team right now than Buffalo?
Green Bay, we didn't get up the list. I'm at number 10.
All right, cool.
All right, so my number 10, I put Seattle. Seattle going with my number 10.
Seattle's in your top 10 and losing to the Giants.
That's tough.
Yeah, I know. I put them at
But
10.
they
I was struggling. I was really struggling with my 10. Right, but they are the best team in their division.
But think about
it. And they probably might Wait, hold on. Who's in the division? It's
I'll be
them
honest. They don't.
49ers,
Nobody in the divisions
Rams
belongs to be in the
Cardinals.
top 10.
Rams.
Nobody in the division belongs to be in the top 10. In the last 3 weeks, they lost 2 games, and they've never been in your top 10 this year, except one time when they were undefeated.
Actually, they've been in my top 10 at least three weeks in a row. I got all my top 10s right here.
Okay, all right. Maybe I'm over speaking.
They was at last week. They was at like number 7 or number 8. I just
Guess
dropped
what?
them to 10.
I think they made it one time, maybe. I don't even think they did that.
James, do you got a power ranking to jump into this, or you
Sure.
just?
I would. If I had, I would have had like Green Bay at 10.
Green Bay at 10. I'm not mad at Green Bay at 10.
I'll be mad at Green Bay when I see who's above Green Bay. I'll make a comment when I see who's above it. I had number 9. I have the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys have, I believe they put back-to-back wins. I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, back-to-back wins. Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, I think they put back-to-back wins.
No.
No, they didn't. They lost.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Oh,
they won.
the
They
Steelers.
beat
They beat the Steelers.
They beat the
my bad.
Steelers and the Giants. Yeah, they did.
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say back-to-back wins. Really good football team, but we need to see more. I need to see more. I just was more, even though the Steelers look like a mess offensively. With San Francisco losing, I need to see more from Denver. I trust Dallas more than I trust Denver right now. So, and New Orleans and Tampa Bay are both off losses. So,
okay. Dallas not even on my list. I put Atlanta here at number 9.
not bad.
Yeah.
I feel like Atlanta's doing good right now. I mean, they're in a division where they do have a chance. I feel like Kirk Cousins is kind of trying to find his mojo with them, and Drake London went off last week, man. That's the Drake London we wanted to see.
How about Daryl Mooney as well?
I mean, Daryl Mooney too. I'm sorry, Daryl Mooney with that. What he had like 139 yards or something like that. Daryl Mooney
touchdowns.
he was balling. He was balling. Yeah, I got them at my number 9. Who you got at 9, James?
I got Atlanta. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna move them up one. I got Philly.
Okay. They're not on my list.
Definitely not on my list. And that's my team, and they're not on my list.
They're not on my list.
That's literally my team, and they're not on my list. They gotta do more for me.
I got them right above. I think they're a slightly better team than Green Bay. Now, what's doing it for y'all is that lost to Tampa Bay, who I also have up there too. So
yeah.
That
I'm
loss to me weighs a little less.
I can see right now that I'm about to beef with both y'all lists because I'm gonna say some crazy shit and have nothing to put behind it, and I'm gonna call that shit out.
All right, go ahead.
My number 18 is Atlanta Falcons. Very impressed. I feel like Philly was a quality win. Kansas City, they potentially could have beat Kansas City. That was a tough game for them. They had a bad week 1, but it was a new quarterback, new head coach. They beat the Saints. They beat the Eagles, the Saints, and Tampa Bay. And Kirk Cousins just threw for 500 yards. Like, we really gonna say like anything about that? Like, Kirk Cousins is balling this year.
Okay. So my number 8 is the Green Bay Packers. I feel like the Green Bay Packers are playing good football. Now, mind you, they lost Jordan Love for like 3 weeks, and they were still winning games. Jordan Love come back, he started out slow. He's come back throwing 4 interceptions. That's no way to come back. But I mean, I didn't expect 4 interceptions, but I did expect for him to come out a little slow from missing a couple weeks. But I believe in the Green Bay Packers. I think they do have a chance to win their division. I probably got them winning. I think I do. I did put them to win their division this year. So yeah, I'm putting the Green Bay Packers at number 8.
They're third best team in their division
right now because they was missing Jordan Love.
They're the best team in the division. I mean, they got the best division in football.
That's true. I'm rocking with you. I got Atlanta at 8.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot they in the division with the Vikings. I'm sorry. Never mind. They're not going to win.
And the Lions.
I ain't worried about the Lions, but
And the
They got-
Bears, because the Bears are playing good football
I'm about to
too.
say the Bears have the same record as the Packers.
Yeah, but the Packers
I
lost
think
to the
all of them got the
Eagles.
same
Listen,
record.
listen,
Don't
listen,
don't don't
listen.
the Lions,
Yeah,
the Packers, and the Bears got
no,
the same
no,
record?
no. Detroit got one loss, and Minnesota has no losses. Let me make something clear about this. Green Bay lost to Eagles, a healthy Eagles team, and they lost Jordan Love's first game back. You really can't kill them for that. Like, there's nothing you can
That's
say.
that's why I got them behind one spot behind Philly and Atlanta one spot ahead of them.
Okay, I'm not mad about that.
All
The
right,
funny
so we
thing is,
get
me and
8.
this.
Well,
All
go
right,
ahead,
you
go
talking
ahead, go
about
ahead.
eight? Oh, you're eight.
I was
He's
talking
seven.
about James.
He's got the same eight as me. Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh, you say Atlanta at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know
okay.
what's funny about me and you, boy? Every time we start getting into the nick in the thick of this thing, it's like, yo, we right here. Same teams. Every week is like that. And
Yeah.
please, we don't even do pre-shows no more. We don't share our list.
My seven gonna surprise y'all, I think.
My 7 is the Green Bay Packers. I trust that defense. I trust that run game, and I'm a fan of Jordan Love because of injury. They probably would be 4-1 instead of 3-2. I think this is the
Mm-hmm.
best division in football, and I'm very impressed with the Green Bay Packers right now.
Okay. I'm not mad at the Packers right there. What we at 7? 7.
Yeah.
I got the Detroit Lions.
That's
Uh,
low.
Is it low though? They only 3-1. I mean, they had a bye week, so I mean, I'm still waiting to see what the Lions are going to be.
You
So
know
for
what?
me, I put them at 7.
You know what the problem is? Because you're gonna have somebody else above them, and that's what I'm gonna have a problem with.
Right. Right.
I
And
don't
I'm
think
waiting
you're
for both.
gonna.
And I'm waiting for
Knowing you,
both teams
you're
to
not
make.
going to have a problem with who I put above them.
No, it's one team I'm gonna have a problem with. That's above them. That's gonna be on both y'all lists.
Okay,
I already
we'll
know they're
see.
on your list because y'all killed me for my pick. So I'm really gonna be mad with y'all. Go ahead, it's on you.
I got Tampa Bay at 7. I believe Baker's gonna keep lighting it up the rest of this season. He has two dynamic receivers out there. The defense just has to be decent to give them a chance to actually win their division.
How could you have Tampa Bay on your list and they just lost to Atlanta? Right.
Didn't they just beat Atlanta?
They
No, Atlanta
lost to
won.
Atlanta
Hold on, what's the score to that one?
like
Didn't they just win last week?
36-30. So hold on.
There
I
was
was
one
just, I was
possession.
literally,
There's one possession. They won in
yeah,
overtime. Atlanta won
36-30.
in overtime.
Atlanta won.
Oh
Kirk
yeah, that was
Cousins
the
had
Thursday.
500
That was
yards.
the Thursday night game. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I still, yeah. They lost head up, but they played them again, and I feel like
Yeah, but I have a problem with teams we put like when not the elite teams. Like if Kansas City was to come and lose to somebody that's lower on the list, I know I would not put them above Kansas City. But when you talk about these middle of the pack teams, you can't do that. Atlanta's
Right.
2-0 in their division.
how many quality wins does Atlanta have versus Tampa Bay?
Atlanta went head to head with Kansas City and probably should have won that game.
They
So
beat the Eagles.
Yeah, but
all
that's
of Ta-
Tampa Bay's quality.
They beat
win.
the Saints.
I'm
Tampa
about to
Bay
say,
beat the Detroit Lions.
yeah, I'm about to say all of Tampa Bay's wins are all quality wins. They
I'll
beat the
dispute you.
Eagles.
I just took Atlanta because Atlanta won a tough game against them. They're the number one team in the division, and they just won back-to-back division games. That's why I
But
took them.
but think
Okay.
about this. For me, the Tampa Bay beat the Lions and the Commanders. Both of those teams have one loss.
I'm with you. I'm not gonna keep for that. It just was last week they lost them.
Oh, the
That's why.
Cowboys.
Uh,
Cowboy Nikki has joined the live.
hey. We're gonna finish the power rankings up, and then we're gonna get her take on the Cowboys. We're
Facts.
gonna jump into that, and then we'll come back to our MVPs, our offensive players. Well, we're gonna start with
Okay.
defensive player. But
Okay, too.
my number 16 is the Washington Commanders. I think Jay Daniels has been
Whoa.
balling this year. He's in
Okay.
MVP conversation. I need to see a big. I feel like this is a statement game for me with them, win or loss. If they end the game and it comes down to the wire, they have my respect. I predict this will be a double-digit win for the Ravens because their weakness is stopping the run. So I believe the Ravens are going to dominate the game. But if Washington wins this game, they're the best NFC team. My opinion.
All right.
Yeah, that's true. I get that. I get that. My number will be at 7, 6,
Six.
6. My number 6 is the Buffalo Bills.
And
Now,
this is why I kill you. This is why I kill you.
now
This
I
is
get
real
it. I get it.
history.
The last 2 weeks, yes, been bad for the Bills. I get it.
But
But I
That's
still
nasty work.
how do you have the Bills over Green Bay, Atlanta? No, my problem is Detroit. You have the Buffalo Bills above Detroit.
That's
That's
they
why I got a
didn't
nasty
they
problem.
didn't
work.
they
Trey.
did, to
That's
be honest,
nasty
they
work.
hold on. So let me say this. So let me go back. So I'm gonna go back to the week before. If I'm not mistaken, Detroit didn't move on my list because they didn't play a game.
But Buffalo should have dropped tremendously at
They
the
did
two
because
at the
Buffalo was in my top 5. They were still in my top 5 after losing the week
and they
before.
went and they dropped one spot and a team scored 20 points on them in the first half and that team won the game scoring 3 points in the second half. They should not be. They should be at the bottom of your top 10. Probably not even make your top 10.
They ain't make mine.
I still put them at number 6. They still winning their division. Who's beating them in their division?
I got the
So
Commanders
why y'all saying that? Who's beating them in their division?
We don't know that yet. We'll see when the Jets play them.
on Monday.
Yeah, we already said this game. This is the game. What? It's a two-team race between the Jets and Buffalo. Who's more dysfunctional? We'll
I
find
don't.
out.
I don't.
I'm taking the Commanders at number 6
Okay.
because I think I got 5 better teams better than them, but they're a really good, solid team, and they got a lot to prove this week.
Like I said, this week shows where the Washington Commanders is, and then in division games against Dallas and Philly will really show us who they are. They are the They are the series of games. That's 5 games. That's really gonna tell us, is this team able to go compete for championships, and is Jaden Daniels really an MVP candidate, in my opinion.
Shotgun. Shut up.
And number 5, I have the Detroit Lions.
Yo, stop taking my picks.
The Detroit Lions, I mean, they're there. They were preseason top of the up. At preseason, I thought they would probably win a division, or they were coming 2 behind Green Bay. Minnesota was a surprise this year. I think they've been playing good football, but we're gonna find out who both these teams are, because this becomes Detroit's second quality team they're gonna play against this year, and this is gonna be one of the tough game for Dallas. And I'll let Nikki say if she wants to say anything about this Detroit and Dallas game.
No. All right. So I'm gonna get my number 5.
No, she's talking. I think you're on
muted.
mute.
Oh,
I'm
oh
sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't know I was on mute. This game is gonna really come down to us being able to stop the run. Detroit is a very good heavy run team. They have 2 good headed monsters. You got Gibson and you got Montgomery. And also they tight end. Goff is playing some of his best ball right now. And also it's gonna come down to coaching. It's gonna come down to who could be the better coach in the end. And last year, it was a controversy game because of the way the game ended, how the Cowboys, we won. But sometimes, Dan Campbell can be too smart for his own good. So we're still gonna be down D-Law, and we're still gonna be down Michael Parsons. Now I don't feel like Detroit defense was as good at the time as Pittsburgh defense. 'Cause Pittsburgh, I think, was listed as number 3 defense. Um, but I also feel like we due for a home win. We haven't won at home at all yet this season. Both home games so far we lost. We only been winning on the road. So I think we due for a home win on this game. But again, I'm just being optimistic about it. I actually before the season was going like it was going, I did have this down as a loss. So I'm gonna see. I'm hoping they prove me wrong. But I don't know. I just don't know if we have, even though we were able to stop the run the last two games, I don't know if we have enough to sustain the stopping the run with the type of running backs and the way Detroit runs the ball. I just don't know.
Okay, that's good
I
stuff.
can agree with
Tree,
that.
number 5, Tree.
The Ravens.
What?
I put the Ravens at my 5.
Yo, your
Your,
list
your list is
sucks.
crazy.
Your list sucks.
Ravens at my 5.
Crazy.
3 great wins. They haven't been in my top 10. They have now finally been over 500. I said I wasn't putting the Ravens in my top 10 until they got
Listen,
over 500.
all I'm gonna say is they should be way higher than wherever they should not be close to Buffalo. Buffalo and the Ravens should not touch on your list. But go ahead, Trey.
Yo, just for I switched my 4 and my 5 just so I wouldn't have it the same as you. So I'm putting Houston there.
You're bugging.
Yo, bro, you're bugging.
You're
No, I
bugging.
No,
was
you're
going
not
to
really bugging. You're not really bugging. I don't got a problem. I don't got a problem with that.
take because
But
I'm
you shouldn't
yeah I'm
switch your list. You shouldn't switch your list. But we got the same list.
nah. I was going to put Detroit there because I know you're going to put
First of
Houston
all,
at the next
if
Bro,
spot.
you
we
can't do
talking to
that. It's
Bibby, he
your
got the
list.
Ravens at 1.
Nah, he
Yo,
probably got him where I got him, but I had to like I was going to have Detroit. I'm gonna take Detroit over Houston.
okay. You should have Detroit at 5 because that's where you had them at. At number 4, I got the Houston
I
Texans.
knew
They've been
it.
they've been doing nothing but playing good football. They've been finding a way to gear out games. I think they've won 2 division games so far. The Colts, Jacksonville. They beat Buffalo, and they had a very bad game against Minnesota. So I'm still high on the Texans. I think they actually arguably have one of the best rosters in football, at least at the top 3. Especially when you talk about star power. Maybe not depth, but star power, yes.
I
3?
don't disagree.
What we on 4?
Yeah.
4, I put the Commanders. I was struggling between putting them and the Ravens at 4 and 5. Only because the Commanders have really been playing outside of the Bengals, and hold on, who's their other win? They played the Bengals and the Bucks. I really don't like their other 3 wins. I mean, their other 2 wins. Yeah, their other 2 wins.
I'm with you on that. I don't disagree with that.
To be honest, if they win this week though, they will be in my top 2.
Okay, I can see that.
Number 4.
I got Detroit, and the reason that I could argue putting Detroit ahead of Houston is because when you look at the quality of wins, I feel like Detroit has beat. I mean, you got to beat who you play, but I feel like their quality opponents in the first 5 weeks are better than that of Houston.
Who did Detroit beat? That's a quality win.
Yeah, besides the Bucks,
I think the
maybe the
best team. I
Seahawks,
think.
the
I
Rams,
think the
and the
best. I
and
think
the
the best
Cardinals.
team they beat is the Rams. Like they haven't beat nobody.
They
That's
beat
fair.
Oh no, they lost to the Bucks. They beat the Seahawks and the Rams. They're 2-0 in their division.
Bro, they beat the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Cardinals, bro. I'm not impressed by that. And lost to the
But
Buccaneers.
but the Texans have played the team. They played 2 teams in their division too, and their division is worse than theirs. Their division sucks.
I give you that.
They beat the Colts.
I give you that.
I'm not gonna beef about that. My number 3 team is the Baltimore Ravens. Very high on this team. Been high on them all year. I gotta say it again. Lamar Jackson is probably the MVP of the league as of today. Kansas City was a tough week. The Raiders was a bad loss, but you come out, you you beat Dallas, beat up on Dallas. I think Dallas is a good team. You beat up on Dallas, then you go destroy Buffalo, and then you tough it out and win the tough division game in Cincinnati. I think Baltimore's the second best team in the AFC.
I put Houston at my number 3.
I hate when you do stuff. You know what?
I think that's too high, my brother, but that's okay. Go ahead,
Look,
Trey.
you just listen to Bibby for my top 3 because he got the same order.
But I think we're gonna mix up right here. I think we're not gonna be on the same page right here.
Well, all right, cool. I got
number 2.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Number 2, I got the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, I see that. Oh
So,
no.
Yeah,
so
we're not.
as
We're not
everybody
doing
knows,
that.
I am a big Patrick Mahomes fan, but I will explain why the number 1 team is the number 1 team for the second straight week on my list. But Kansas City has done nothing but find a way to win. And I think to me, this week 1 and this win they just got was the most impressive wins to me. But
You need to come to watch the game?
I don't have to sell y'all on Kansas City. I'll tell y'all why the team is number 1 when I get to them.
Minnesota's number 2 for me. I mean, unbeaten. Can't argue it.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not bad picks at all, and I understand why y'all got who y'all got, but I want to explain. So the Minnesota Vikings, they played the New York
I gotta get
Giants.
some back. I'll be back.
I thought it was a fluke when they beat the Giants. I'm like, oh, they just beat the Giants 28-6. But then you watch the Giants play good football 3 weeks in a row against the Cowboys. They just beat the Seattle, and I forgot who they played Washington tough.
Yeah,
The Giants, and then who else did they beat in the AFC?
we beat the Browns.
Oh, that don't count.
Right.
All right,
So we play
all
good
right.
ball every week. We actually play good ball every week
Every week
besides Minnesota.
besides, yes. Then they beat San Francisco. Then they destroyed the Texans, which I have high on our list. They beat Green Bay, and then they go out and beat the Jets team, which I think so. To me, they have 5 quality wins, good wins. Like every team they played's been tough. To me, that's why they're my number 1, and I feel like they have won their games by a greater decision.
I I see. Look, and your explanation explains why you got them number 1 really good. It was and all valid points. But it's hard for me when we got Minnesota with Sam Darnold balling out of his mind. Justin Jefferson is probably my MVP right now. Um, but Patrick Mahomes, there's something about just Kansas City finding ways to win that I keep them at number 1 while they're undefeated. With them having when they got 15 back at quarterback, you feel me? That it's hard to
Yeah.
pick against him. He just knows how to win, bro. Like everybody knows. Everybody knows that there's not a quarter. He's not playing the best quarterback right now. Probably not even in the MVP discussion. But with 15 back there, bro, you got a chance to win every week.
Right. Well, we're gonna jump off the list. Since we got Nikki, we're gonna touch on some NFC East topics that we had, just to get her thought process on that stuff. Nikki, do you think the Commanders are real?
Oh, my fault. I had to use the bathroom so
Um,
bad.
I honestly, I can't. I love Jaden Daniels. That's my LSU quarterback. I love Jaden Daniels. I think he's playing wonderful in this league. I think he's came off to a great start in the league. Um, but in our fairness, when I go down and I look at who Washington have played, I don't think they've played any good team. Um, every team they have played has not, it's an under 500 team. And if you're gonna give the Cowboys and the Eagles the same flack of saying that the teams that we played or beat wasn't good teams, well, we have to keep it 100 across the board. Um, we have to keep it 100 across the board. I think starting after this week, we're gonna start seeing Washington playing more, going into more of the team. Well, starting Sunday, they play the Ravens. So my judgment for Commanders will come from after how they play Sunday against the Ravens. If they can continue the same play and continue doing the same things they doing against the Ravens, then I'm probably sure that I'll be ready to say they for real.
Are they the best team
They
in the
for real.
NFC? Are
I
they the
just have
best
to.
team
I
in the
mean,
NFC?
that is just. I mean, I haven't seen any quality teams that they played yet. Every team they played have not been a quality team, and
Are they
that's
the
just
best?
keeping it 100.
Are they the best team in the NFC East?
Huh?
Are they the best team in the NFC East?
By stats and by record, yes. But again, this too early in the season. It's too early in the season just to say you're gonna crown a team the best team in the division.
I was asking for today. I didn't say we was crowning them
Um,
today.
but I mean, if you have to go by stats, and you have to go, if you go by stats, you go by how they playing, you go by where they sitting at, then yeah, you have to say they are the best team in the NFC right now. You would have to say that. Philly and Dallas, who is normally the bullies of the NFC, um, we're not playing up to potential. Either one of our teams, either one of us are playing up to what we should be playing up to. Giants stole a win last week against Seattle, so they kind of got them a little pumped up, or whatever. But Washington playing some good football, regardless of who the teams they playing. As we always say, you play who on your schedule. You don't have no control over what the team is that you play. You play who on your schedule, and they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do to a team that they playing that's on their schedule. So you can't take that away from them. So yeah, yeah, and it pisses me off too because I feel like Dan Quinn sabotaged us because he knew his ass was finna go take a head coaching job and was finna go over there and win, and it pissed me off too at the same time. But I also know Dan Quinn track record as a head coach, so we'll see.
Is is Jaden Daniel the MVP of the
He's
league?
playing MVP level right now,
Not
Okay.
that.
definitely. He's playing MVP level,
If
Uh,
he
but I
if he
still
beat
think
the
it's gonna
Ravens,
go to Lamar. I still think Lamar still got an edge on him.
that's what I like to hear. Let's move to the Giants. Is Daniel Jones fixed after 3 decent weeks of football? Has Brian Daboll fixed Daniel Jones?
No,
uh,
That requires a one-word answer.
all right. I got. All right. Last. Give us a breakdown of how you feeling going into this week. I mean, you gave us a breakdown of what you think going into this week. How strong are you feeling about your Cowboys turning around and getting back to playing consistent football?
I'm not. I'm not because we
Okay.
don't have a running game. We don't have a running game. You have to. You can have all the weapons you want to have and you can have all the weapons you want to have. Running game in the league is what's gonna help you sustain. Running game in the league is what's gonna help you get the ball down the field and it's gonna open up your passing game. If you start just relying on just passing the ball, passing the ball, passing the ball, that's what teams are keying in on. We have no one we have no running game, so no team fear us. We have nothing for a team to be scared of. We have nothing for a team to prepare and say we have to prepare for them this way because they do this. Like the Commanders, you have to prepare for Jaden Daniels right now because of the type of quarterback and the style of quarterback he is and how he's playing. You have to prepare for that. We don't have nobody you got to prepare for. I mean, you can prepare for the team, but it's nobody scaring us. We're not scaring anybody. I mean, they doubling Lamb, but once they double Lamb, we don't have no other wide receivers that they fear. You know, um, so like with the Eagles, if AJ Brown healthy, Devontae Smith out there, if you leave if you double Devontae, I mean if you double AJ Brown, then we got to worry about Devontae Adams. We got to worry about your next player, or you got to worry about Jalen being a running quarterback. You got to worry about Saquon Barkley now. We don't have nothing to fear.
Oh, okay. So as of today, could you 1 through 4 give me the NFC East order in your opinion of today, or your prediction to the end of the season from what's going on today?
Washington, Dallas, Eagles, Giants.
It's not that bad. I probably would have 2 and 3 potentially flip, but I need to see Philly play. I won't flip it till I see us play Cleveland.
And them
Honestly,
the Lions.
Yeah, I need Dallas playing the Lions. Like after this
Right.
week.
Right. So I have to see right, and it could flip. It could flip either way. I think Dallas and Philly is going to be the two teams that's going to be decided by when we play each other twice.
Right.
I think
Same thing.
that's going to be the two teams that's going to decide the deciding factor who's going to become behind Washington, unless Washington just start sliding, start sliding down with their schedule.
The
Um,
thing about Washington is though, after the Ravens and then in-house division games, the 2 games against us, the 2 games against y'all, they pretty much have an easy schedule.
right,
Their schedule is pretty easy.
right.
Okay. So let's get into defensive player of the year. At number 5, I have Dexter Lawrence, 16 tackles, 6 sacks. I mean, what they're doing, New York Giants lead the NFL in sacks. He's just wrecking games. I'm loving everything I'm seeing from Dexter. Mikey T.
That's fair.
It's crazy. I got Dexter Lawrence at my number 5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
I know Trey don't got Dexter at his 5.
I got Dexter at
nah,
5.
not a 5. Um, what's the one? Mm, I put him. Nah, I gotta put him at 5 because I can't put him above. I gotta put him at 5. I can't put him above the other 4.
Okay. Nikki, you got anybody for defensive player of the year at number 5?
No, no, I have Dexter Lawrence as well.
Okay. At number 4, I have Max Crosby with 17 tackles and 5 sacks.
Mm.
I'm not.
Mm.
I don't know how I feel about that, but okay. I got Xavier McKinney at my number 5, leading the league in picks right now with 5 picks. He's playing very good defense. He's
Very
playing
good
very
ball.
good football right now over there in the Green Bay Packers. So Xavier McKinney at my number 5.
Not a bad pick.
I mean my number 4. Sorry.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna actually put. He a little higher on mine. I got Surtain at 4.
Mm. Okay.
The
Gotta
cornerback
shake
for
it up.
Denver. The cornerback for Denver. He's out there balling and living niggas on islands out there so far this season.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
Nikki? You got anybody at 4, Nikki?
I actually for I'm kind of in between. I'm kind of between Crosby and I'm kind of between um Xavier. I'm in between them two. If I had to put number 4, I think I would go with McKinney.
Okay. That's not a bad pick. I mean, he's leading the league in interceptions, so like nothing you can say about that. My number 3 pick, does he have this all the stats to really go warranted for this position? No, but gameplay, the way he's been wrecking games and affecting games, and why his team is undefeated is a big. He's part of the reason, and that's Chris Jones with 3
Oh,
sacks, 11
Mm,
tackles, and 1 forced fumble.
mm.
mm,
I got
I
Chris
got him.
Jones higher.
Yeah, I'm about to say I got him a little higher than
I
that.
got him. Yeah, I got Chris Jones higher because
I ain't
just
mad
my
at it.
opinion.
Well, we at 3, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At 3, I got another player who doesn't have all the stats, but is a lockdown corner on the other side of my man Sauce Garner. I got DJ Reed, man. DJ Reed hasn't allowed a 50-yard receiver all year.
Who?
DJ Reed.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah,
balling.
yeah.
I'm having a tough time switching these two, but I think I'm gonna put McKinley there at number 3. I have a tough time doing that because he was some bullshit for the Giants. He was not this guy last year
Oh,
for
facts. He
us.
was playing for the.
Yeah, it's a
He's
total
not
different.
that
Total
guy.
different.
I'm not even mad that we let him go. He was so much, but But I got him up there. Like he's balling out there.
Yeah, but being with a winning team and a different style of coaching can also impact a player too.
That's true.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Okay, my number 2 is T.J. Watt. 4.5 sacks, 20 tackles already, and 1 forced fumble.
Actually, I got him at my number 1.
Me too.
I don't got him in my number 1, but
Yeah, it's a reason I got somebody at my number 1.
I got him at my number 1, and that's okay. I'm gonna see. I got one more name, but I'm gonna see what name y'all gonna put coming up with him in before I say something.
my number 2 is Chris Jones. I mean, Chris Jones is balling, bro. He's balling. He's the difference maker. So I'm putting Chris Jones in my number 2.
I mean, I got the same person. He don't got all the stats or whatever, but Chris
Right.
Jones is out there wrecking games.
Yeah,
right
he
now.
wrecking games.
So,
Right.
Wow. I'm about to knock y'all head off with that. What's your number 2, Nikki?
My number 2 was Chris Jones.
Okay.
My number 3 was Ward.
Okay.
Denzel Ward.
I mean, not Ward. Fred.
Fred Warner.
Well,
okay.
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner is balling.
Yeah, that was my number. Yeah, my number 3 was Fred Warner.
My number 1 has 6.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 11 tackles. His name is Aiden Hutchinson. And he's wrecking every game that he's in.
I can go with that.
You stole my pick.
Wrecking every game that he's in.
I can go with that.
I mean, Aiden Hutchinson been my number 1 pick since the season started, pretty much since we started doing it. So Aiden Hutchinson been balling. I gotta give my boy props.
I'm going with. That's what you going with, Trey?
Yeah.
I'm going with Watt.
It's not a bad pick though.
That's who I got. I had White as my number 1.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Watt.
And it's an indictment on y'all list that y'all do not have Aiden Hutchinson nowhere on y'all list. It's an indictment.
Yeah,
Patrick Surtain on y'all.
That's true. That's true.
Bro, he's leading the league in sacks, man.
Who am I? Listen, let me ask you. Let me say something. I have one player on my list that none of y'all have, and that's Max Crosby. Who's the other person that's not on y'all list? Chris Jones is on your list.
Max Crosby and Hutchinson.
I didn't have Hutchinson.
Hutchinson on my list.
But Aiden Hutchinson is leading the league in sacks.
Right. I don't know.
That's true, but I picked 2 defensive tackles on there. I feel like Patrick Surtain.
He has 6.5 sacks and he's caused 1 turnover, bro. That's big time. But
that is.
I respect y'all list. Aiden just should be on your list. Even if he was 5, that would have been 5. Offensive player. Let's get into it. Number 5. This guy is first time on the list this year, has not made the cut yet. His name is Jamar Chase. 25 catches, 493 yards, 5 touchdowns. After that performance this week, it's no way we could not have him on the list.
Damn, that's crazy. You took my pick because Jamar Chase is my number 5, bro.
Oh, okay.
My number 5 is Saquon.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that.
I could go with that.
Okay. Number 4. My number 4 pick had a subpar week last week. He has to bounce back this week or he will be off my list. But he is the number 1 running back in fantasy football so far this year with 388 yards, 5 touchdowns, 23 catches, 214 yards, and 1 touchdown. His name is Alvin Kamara.
Okay. I'd like to say that would be my number 4.
I'm not mad at you. I put Saquon Barkley as my number 4.
Okay.
At 4, I wouldn't go none of those ways. I actually would go with y'all gonna say this is too low too, but this way you don't mind. I go with Lamar at 4.
Going with Lamar at 4
as an offensive player.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a bad pick.
That's not a bad pick, but you don't usually see quarterbacks with an offensive player.
Yeah, we try to keep the offensive player for skill guys, even though offensive guy can win it. We try
Oh,
to keep
okay.
it for the skill guys.
Let me take him off. That
Okay.
if I had to replace Lamar, I probably would go with. He's number one and number four. I wouldn't go to Baltimore either.
You staying?
I'll
You
go
staying
Nico.
Lamar? Okay, not a bad pick.
Nico.
Okay.
Nico a little
My,
low for me.
I
yeah.
got two people above him.
Actually, him getting hurt, he's off the list. He just went on IR. For me personally,
Oh, he on
We're
IR
talking about as
now?
of right now.
yes.
So
As of right now, he had 2 touchdowns, 2 catches, 70-something yards this week, but he's been removed because of injury on my list.
I didn't even
Number
know he
three,
was on IR. God
number three
damn.
is Justin Jefferson, 26 catches, 450 yards, 4 touchdowns. Mr. Consistent every week. He's coming to produce and giving his team a chance to win. So he is number three. Even though Jamar Chase has him in stats, I don't think Jamar Chase has him on impact week to week.
I had Nico Collins at my number 3, but I forgot Nico Collins got hurt early, and he only had 2 catches. What he got hurt in the first quarter?
Second quarter.
Literally got hurt in the first quarter. Damn, I didn't know he was on IR, but I mean, just for this
But
week,
that's for
Nico
4 weeks
Collins.
though. It's just a
Yeah,
hamstring.
for 4 weeks. So yeah, I mean, I'm putting Nico there. He's probably not going to win it because that's probably not enough time.
Yeah.
damn. Yeah, he's out for out for at least 4 weeks, my guy.
I forgot all about him getting hurt because it fucked me up on fantasy.
Nigga.
Number 3, I want to put motherfucking
Thought you had this written down, yo.
I did, but I'll try to switch stuff up. I had everything written down, but this top 5. Give me not Derrick Henry. I'll take Jefferson too, because I know who my number 1 is.
Okay. Nikki.
Touchdown, Debo.
Oh, he
Debo?
just scored.
Yeah, Debo just scored. All right, my number 2 is Saquon Barkley at 435 rush yards, 4 touchdowns, 12 catches, 85 yards receiving, and a touchdown. That is my number 2 player on this ranking.
My number 2 is Justin Jefferson.
Not a bad pick.
He's balling this year. I mean,
Mr. Consistent.
yeah. He is
So
what he is.
Nico Collins is on IR now, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
That hurt my
Derrick Henry.
feelings.
My
Derrick
number 1
Henry.
is Derrick Henry.
No, that's my number 2.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, my number 1.
Well, since y'all said it, Derrick Henry has 572 rush yards, 6 touchdowns, 6 catches for 50 yards, 49 yards, and a touchdown. And he is my number 1 offensive player of the year in that race. So we're gonna move to MVP.
Damn.
And we're gonna move to MVP. And I have, for the first time on this list, and ever, he has never been on any list when you talk about MVP for me. And that's Mr. What they call my man? I forgot what they call him. But Kirk Cousins, man. Kirk O'Chains. He has 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 5 picks. Isn't the prettiest? But he has willed his team in 3 out of the last 3 games in the fourth quarter, won a game on a game-winning drive.
Okay. My number 5 is wait, were we on MVP?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. So my number 5 for MVP is Lamar Jackson. I just don't see, even though he's on my list, I just don't see the NFL letting Lamar Jackson win 3 MVPs. I just don't see it. I mean, I'm not saying he can't do it.
You're part of the reason why he won't win one because of that type of stuff. Just because he's.
I mean, you got to think realistic in the way the NFL thinks.
No. You're not thinking about who's going to be the MVP. This is who is the MVP.
He's still not my MVP, but he's number 5 on my MVP list.
Okay.
Yes, this is gonna sound crazy because they just got smashed twice, but he's playing some good ball. This is not the whole team. I got Josh Allen at 5.
Josh Allen is off my list. He
He's not on my list.
Has had subpar positions games back to back. You cannot be an MVP. He was on my list last week, but you cannot be an MVP with back to back bad games.
Well, last week he got. Well, let's keep everything in perspective. Last week he did get injured.
It doesn't matter. He had a bad game. It doesn't matter what happens. That's why Nico's off my list. He didn't finish the game.
So I thought we was talking right here, right now, not further down the line.
No. It's a difference between Nico and Josh. Josh has played bad 2 games in a row before the injury. So no, he doesn't belong on the list. But it's your list, not mine. My number 4,
like 2.
My number, he was my number 1 at one point in time. My number 1, my number 4 is Sam Darnold, 1,111 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4 picks, and 61 rush yards. They have the number 1 team in the NFC. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Sam Darnold. He had his first bad week this season, this week, but I expect him to bounce back.
Okay, I respect it. So my number 4 for this week is Jaden Daniels. I mean, young boy balling. As long as he keep the momentum, if all right, we already know if he loses to the Ravens, and depending on how he looks, I might take him off my list. But for right now, he's number 4.
I got Justin Jefferson.
Okay, not bad. My number 3 is Jaden Daniels with 1,100 yards and 35 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks, 300 yards, 4 TDs. I mean, he has given the Commanders a winning record, and they're winning because of him. He's the catalyst of all this, so he's my number 3.
My number 3 is Sam Darnold. Balling this year, 5-0. I just don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna just say Sam Darnold. I'm just leave it at that. Sam Darnold.
I got Derrick Henry.
Okay, not bad. My number 2 is CJ Stroud with 1,300 yards and 85 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 picks, 68 rushing yards. I mean, CJ Stroud is just, he takes care of the ball and he's just winning football games.
What we at, number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, Patrick Mahomes not having a good year. He's 5-0 though. And we know how the NFL works. If your team got the best record, most likely your quarterback is going to win MVP.
Yeah, but you can't be throwing 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions and be getting. He's throwing a pick every game, and he has fumbles.
I mean, that's true.
That was worse than my Josh Allen there.
No, it's not. Josh Allen doesn't belong on the list.
Neither does Patrick Mahomes.
Bro,
he doesn't belong on the list.
His team is 5-0 though.
At two, I got what's his name? I got Darnold. His team's 5-0. It's self-explanatory.
Y'all know who my number 1 is. I ain't got to sell it to y'all because I think I said it all goddamn show. Lamar fucking Action Jackson. Tom Brady calls him the eraser. He's the eraser. You put him out there, doesn't matter what the fuck is going on. He's going to erase it. He's going to find a way. He has 1,206 yards. I really wish he was the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, and this bromance would never end. He has 9 touchdowns in the air.
I think he broke up a little bit on my bugger. Did he crash out, James?
Yeah.
All right.
He gave me the 1.
My number 1 is CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud is a very consistent quarterback to be such a young quarterback. I think they're going to have a good year. I only see them losing like 4 games, so I think that he's going to be in the running to be an MVP this year. So he's my number 1.
I'm gonna go with CJ Stroud too.
Yeah, and we can't hit. Well, Baby gave us his number 1, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Lamar's winning games, but at the same time, him and Josh Allen had the same record, so I would have put him probably at 6 for me personally, because like things like those off kilter plays where he fumbled. When he threw the touchdown after he fumbled, I see too much of that just happening in crucial times with him.
Did y'all miss me with everything I said?
No, we heard your number one.
All we heard was Lamar Jackson and then that shit.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this again. Lamar fucking Action Jackson. Tom Brady calls him the eraser. I wish he was the fucking Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, but my man has over 1,100 yards passing, 9 touchdowns, I believe 2 interceptions, and 362 rush yards, 4 rushing TDs, I believe it is. My man's killing it. I had it side by side, but it's not on.
Yo, that schedule is so fucking light.
Who?
Yeah.
The Ravens.
The Ravens.
Yeah, they have one of the easiest
They got
schedules.
like one of the easiest fucking schedules.
I mean, think about how top heavy it was.
I don't think that was really super top. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Kansas City.
I guess you could say that. If you're just looking at the season before it started, you would have never known the Cowboys was going to be ass.
Buffalo, Cincinnati.
You'd have thought they would have beat the Raiders, and you thought the Bills would have put up more of a fight. And we always know the Bengals going to put up a fight with the Ravens. So, I mean, I get it.
I'm just saying, man, Lamar Jackson is the second best quarterback in the
NFL. I just don't, like I said, I don't see them giving Lamar Jackson a third MVP.
He's getting it.
I gave Stroud the number 1 spot.
Okay. Who'd you give it to, Mikey G?
I gave CJ Stroud the number 1 spot.
That's not bad. He was my number 2, so I ain't killing you. I just don't like Lamar at 5. I mean, he's having the best. He's having like one of the best years in the league as an offensive player. So
I felt like I felt like I left him off as an honorary number 6 because I felt like you're going progression of the year, and I'm like him and Josh Allen.
But I'm asking you a question. When did he have a bad game? Josh Allen had 2 bad games.
He didn't have one of those games. One of those games wasn't a great. He didn't have
the Raiders game.
Yeah, I was about to say he didn't have 5.
Go look at it. He had a good game. He threw the ball right to Bateman. The ball went off Bateman's hands, and they caught a pick, and the game went somewhere else. He did not have a bad game, the Raiders game. He had no game like Josh. Listen, regardless of what you say, he had no game that looked like Josh Allen did on tape against the Ravens and the Houston Texans. Go watch it. He wasn't that bad.
I mean, he had a QBR of 54.2, which is terrible. He threw 21 for 34, which is not really good. He had 1 touchdown and 1 interception.
QBR
was he not? Was he 9 for 31?
I didn't say I wasn't. I'm not even talking about that. But you say he didn't have a bad game. That's a bad game.
No, it's not a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's not a great game. It's not a good game. It's an average game. Like he didn't have a bad game.
He had a QBR of 62 versus the Chiefs too.
He was Superman against the Chiefs. So I don't care what you say. Don't talk to me about analytics. He was Superman against the Chiefs. They lost from a toe on the back of the end zone, bro. Let's not do this. And we're talking about the best defense. Like literally, everybody want to talk about this defense playing good. This defense playing good. This is literally maybe the best defense in the league.
Who, the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they might be. Against Buffalo, he didn't have to do. Have to do that much.
Bro, I'm only arguing because you got Josh fucking Allen in your fucking list, and then you're trying to diss Lamar. I'm not fucking trying to hear that.
Josh Allen, you love. It's a low key love with you and this nigga Lamar. So let him go.
Lamar is having a little bromance right now. If he comes to Eagles, it'll be for real. But listen, all I'm fucking saying, right? It's never gonna happen. He's never gonna leave Baltimore. He's good for the city. Listen, all I'm saying is, if you guys are gonna put Josh Allen in y'all shit. Tree didn't. You got Josh Allen high on your list. He doesn't belong on there. And then you're going to diss Lamar. Like, bro, you can't do. You got Josh Allen over the list. Josh Allen completed 9 passes.
But he's having just as good a season.
Lamar put his foot all in Josh Allen's ass. I ain't trying to hear it, bro. There's no way that you got Josh Allen above Lamar. And you
hey, yo, so let me ask you right now. Who wide receivers is better, the Baltimores or the Buffalo Bills?
For the first year ever, Lamar. First year.
That's my point. Their
I'm
This
stats are
not trying to hear that.
comparable though.
And guess
Hey,
what?
I'm not trying.
Guess what?
Hold on.
Guess
So
what?
he ain't have
One.
good receivers his first year.
No, he did not. Hollywood Brown
So
was
he threw
150 pounds.
3,800 yards his first year.
Yeah, because nobody. No, that was his second year in the league. His first year starting.
I know his first year came in there for Flacco. I'm talking about his first year starting. That's what I'm talking about.
So what? Yeah, he made guys. That's what he did.
He made guys. So he made a Super Bowl champion and fucking Torrey. What my man name? God damn it.
He's never played with Torrey Smith. He's never played with Torrey Smith.
He didn't play with Torrey. That's not who I'm thinking about. He didn't play with Torrey. Torrey wasn't on that team.
No, he's not. No, he hasn't. He played that year. He had Willie Snead, fucking Hollywood Brown. Man, bro, he's never played with no real receivers, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I can't even go through all the bum ass receivers he's played with, bro. He's never had last year and this year is probably his best receiving core. And and Aguilar is his number 3. Aguilar wouldn't even start on Buffalo. He's fucking bum.
He was kicked off the Eagles.
Huh?
He was kicked off the Eagles.
All I'm saying is, Tree, I'm not really beefing with you. I do think he should be higher on your list. But for this motherfucker to have Josh Allen on his list and not have Lamar Jackson is an indictment on him. And that goes back to all that hating that stuff, man. And I don't want to get into what I really want to say. I'm going to keep that for behind the scenes. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit, black man.
I'm not hating on fucking.
You are hating, bro. You got Josh Allen on your list and not Lamar? Bro, that's crazy.
Because
Lamar is not winning the MVP. And that's not even hate Lamar. I just don't see it.
It doesn't matter if he wins it or not. There's no reason Josh Allen is on anybody's list.
Josh Allen's doing the same.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Look at their stats.
Yo, listen, go watch the last 2 games. What did he do?
Go watch Lamar's first 2 games.
He was Superman. What are you talking about?
He had a fucking QBR.
He threw 15 passes in one of those games.
No, I don't know what game it was, but I can't pull the stats.
That might have been Dallas.
On my phone.
That might have been Dallas. He only threw like 15 passes.
Yeah,
no, I'm looking at this shit right now. The first 2 games of the season.
You're not, bro. You're going to watch stats. Watch the game.
I did watch the game. I watched the entire game. Both of them.
Bro, you know what, bro? I don't want to do this, bro. You might not be welcome on the show no more.
Because I don't. Because I put
you're on here.
Yo, love Lamar Jackson this much.
Listen, I would rather you put a skill position player on there than put Josh Allen on his list.
Oh shit! What happened?
How the fuck does Stephen A. and everybody on ESPN and all the other shows have Lamar in the MVP talk, but you get on here and you talk about some fucking Josh Allen?
All right, hold on. I'm about to give you the stats for the season. Josh Allen versus Lamar.
I don't care about the stats. Watch the last 2 games. It was horrible. Stop talking to me about analytics.
Sorry. All right, cool. All right, so Josh Allen's last 2 games were terrible. Lamar's first 2 games weren't great.
Did you watch it?
And
nobody in the world.
Yes, against the Chiefs, they asked him to do too much. They asked him to do too much.
Yes, and he was playing like Superman. They were only in the game and had a chance to win because of him.
Now, what has Buffalo asked Josh Allen to do this season?
Yo, guess what? Lamar never threw the ball 31 times and only had 9.
That's a fact. You're right. You're right. He had the worst game he could have.
Lamar beat him head to head.
There you go.
Lamar did beat
him.
Regardless of what you want to say, Lamar has double-digit touchdowns. He has over 1,100 yards passing, and he has 362 yards rushing. He's having regardless of what we're gonna say, when you bring the whole pie together, it's a great pie.
Okay, so if you give Josh Allen and Lamar the same weapons at wide receiver,
listen. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. You want to go off this fucking year? That man had fucking Stephon Diggs for fucking 4 years and done nothing with it. Give Lamar Stephon Diggs, and I watch you do something with it.
That was what my question was. Give both of them the same exact quality talent at the wide receiver.
Guess what? Josh Allen had what Lamar had the first 3 or 4 years of his career. That's what Josh Allen has now.
Why do I keep putting a fucking?
But what I'm trying to ask is
no. Stop. And you saying swap weapons. Josh Allen has what Lamar had for the last 3-4 years. Since he's been a starting quarterback in the league, the type of weapons Josh Allen has up there in Buffalo, that's what Lamar's had.
All right, so boom. I feel like I had them, but this isn't like I had them in a big discrepancy. I had them side by side, really. I had 5.
They're nowhere near side by side. Lamar beat him 1-on-1.
Hey yo. We still live, David.
So you think Lamar? You think Lamar is head and shoulders outplayed Josh Allen for the season?
Yes, this season, yes. And Lamar is the second. Listen, regardless of what you want to say, Lamar's second best quarterback in the league.
I think he's the fourth.
He's not.
What has Lamar done that Joe Burrow hasn't done?
Hey, guys, Lamar has a winning record against Joe Burrow.
And Joe Burrow has a winning record against Patrick Mahomes.
So no, they're even now. They're 2-2.
No, he has 3 wins.
No. They're Mahomes,
3-2.
Yeah, I think he got 3 wins on him. Yeah.
He has 3-2.
He got 3 wins. So what?
But here's the thing. Also, Joe Burrow in 4 seasons has been 2 seasons has been injured. The other 2 years he's been in an AFC Championship game, and this year is an anomaly. Joe Burrow is really that dude, and he's playing balling right now.
Like I said earlier, Joe Burrow had 3 number 1 receivers on that team. He had Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon in the backfield. I really don't want to hear about it. And he had a really good defense. But I don't want to hear about it. That's what he's supposed to do. When he starts playing with weapons like Josh Allen has this year, or Lamar had his whole career, or like Patrick Mahomes is playing with now, then we can have that conversation about, he's elevating what's around him. When T. Higgins didn't play this year, their offense wasn't moving on all cylinders.
Okay, name me one year that Peyton Manning didn't have an abundance of weapons around him, right?
All right. So Joe Burrow's first year, he played 10 games. Joe Burrow had 2,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions before he got hurt. He had an 89. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. He had an 89%. What is that? A rating? A quarterback rating?
QBR.
Let's leave the ratings out of this because I don't give a fuck about the ratings.
All I'm saying is he's been balling every time he's played. Now this year is an anomaly to me for Joe Burrow.
And he's balling this year too.
I'm not saying he's still balling. His team is just
bro. It's like just like you throw any quarterback out there with Justin Jefferson, it all looks the same. What's the boy named Jake? What's the boy? Not Jake Fromm, the other one, Jake. Not Coker. Jake. I forgot his name, but he came in. He played at Washington and he played at Georgia in college. He came in, and guess what? The train was still moving. No, they didn't go to the postseason, but they still looked fucking pretty good in Cincinnati. Joe Burrow's a good quarterback. I don't dispute that. But like I always say, he is not better than Josh. He's not better than Lamar.
You don't think he's better than Josh either?
No. Give Josh Allen Jamar Chase. Yeah, Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are the equivalent in today's football of T.O. and Randy Moss.
Whoa.
But here's the thing.
That's how much better they are than everybody else in the league.
Whoa.
I do agree with you on a wide receiver can make a quarterback look good.
Whoa, yeah.
A wide receiver could make a quarterback look good. Look. Malik Neighbors makes Daniel Jones look like a starter.
Look at a bunch of quarterbacks though. That doesn't mean a quarterback ain't good though. He still got to make the plays.
I didn't say he wasn't good. I said give those guys that type of talent and watch how he works. That's what I said, word for word.
Do you think that any other quarterback would have the same chemistry with Jamar Chase?
Yeah.
Let's end this live real quick.
I think his chemistry with Jamar Chase is different because he played with him at college.
Go ahead, end the live.
Yeah, I'm about to end of the live, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Long ass 2-hour episode, man. See y'all next time. M-PULSIVE TV, bitch. We out.
All right, y'all.